Now, whenever you're creating intersections with Corridor Easy, generally you'll be creating them from the crown of one road to the crown of another. But there are occasions where you want to create an intersection with, say, an existing road, and maybe you want to connect to the edge of that existing road. In the drawing, we have a Civil 3D alignment which represents the edge of the existing road, and we want to create an intersection. Now, so far when we've created an intersection, we've applied two road strings with templates and connected the two together. Now, in this example, what we need to do is to create a very small road template that can be applied to this existing road edge to enable the connection between the two and to enable the creation of curb returns. Let's have a quick look at the template which is going to be applied to this existing edge alignment. So we're going to head to Templates and click Template Editor. Now, we need to create a brand new template. So we're going to go up to File, New Template, and we're going to call this Road Edge, and then click OK. All that we need to do for this particular template here that's going to be applied is create a very narrow template that has an ETW code on both sides. So I'm simply going to be putting here a horizontal distance of 1. In fact, we might make that 0.01. Put a slope distance or slope of 0, and then create an LETW code. And then all we're going to do is to right click in here, Template Options, and copy to right. I now have a template which can be applied as a road string to this alignment, but because it's got an ETW code, I'll now be able to connect to it with my DeLorme Street or DeLorme Boulevard template. To show you how this works in practice, we're now going to click OK. And then all we're going to do is create a road string using this particular alignment. So we're going to head to the alignments list, and there we can see the existing road edge, create a road. We're going to apply our very small template here called Road Edge, and we'll make the spacings every 1 foot. The reason for this is because really all that we want to do is to match this road string, as it will be very shortly, onto the existing surface as often as possible. So I'm going to change this to 1 foot. Click OK. So because this is an existing road edge, okay, really what this profile needs to do is to match onto the existing surface. And to do that, we can use a tool found in Auto Profile. If we click Auto Profile, we have a number of different features to enable you to edit the vertical design with some automation. What we're going to do is click on Match to Existing, and then we're going to say throughout the whole station range, match onto existing surface. You can match onto any surface, not just an existing surface. This could be any surface you want over whatever station range you want. Let's click OK, and then Calculate Profile. And when we close, you'll notice that we now have our road string matching onto the existing surface every 1 foot. Let's now close that down. You'll notice actually that the intersection has been picked up with DeLorme Street. We'll close that down. Let's have a quick look at the vertical grading of DeLorme Street. You can see there that we've actually got a connection now, very, very small connection, between DeLorme Street and the existing road edge. In the previous videos, we looked at how the vertical curve was being created, or the automatic ease was being applied, which we can override if we want to. We're going to close that down. Now we have an intersection between two road strings. We're able to apply curb returns. So we're simply going to go over to Network Strings, right-click on curb returns, click Create Edit Curb Return, and we'll click on either side. Click on Create Update, and then close. Click on Create Update, and then click on Close. Now we have curb returns being applied to the intersection between these two roads, meaning that we've now got a connection. Let's now have a look at how this looks in Model Viewer. Because we've been using Total Model would have been automatically updating in the background, meaning that what we're going to see is the entirety of our design. So first of all, there is the connection now between DeLorme Boulevard and the existing road edge. We can now have a look further to the north, and we can actually see our widening going on for the bus bay, and even further north we've got the widening around the intersection. If we have a look at Sydney Court, we can actually see our slightly wider road there being applied, and then we can see our transition, which I think was around 87 feet, going back into the slightly narrower road all the way through, followed by the cul-de-sac Now if you want to display the contours of Total Model in here, you simply go to Toggle Display, Contours, Total Model, and then click OK. Now we can see those contours being displayed. If you want to change the contour coloring and values and intervals, they're actually controlled through the toggle display options that we looked at earlier. So if you wanted to change the coloring, if we head to CSD Surfaces, right click Surface Manager, any changes you make to the contours in here will be reflected in Model Viewer. So if we made that every 2.5 feet, maybe we decided that they needed to be blue, and then click OK. If we go Update Display and then hit Refresh in Model Viewer will then use those contour intervals and colors and display those. So if they're completely turned off in the drawing, i.e. completely turned off in here and not displayed, they won't be displayed in Model Viewer. We're going to close down Surface Manager and then close down Model Viewer.